welcome into another episode of Southern Section this week. I'm Claudette Montana.
And I'm Jonathan Camus. We are on the campus of Orange Lutheran High School. We are here at the softball field. We will be interviewing some of these student athletes today, and they have some great stories. Can't wait for everyone to check these out.
And we also are introducing a new segment. We have one player. She's going to walk us through kind of a day in her life of a big game. We also have some rapid fire questions coming for you. And, of course, our Student Athlete of the Week segment. But we're going to always start with our Coach's Corner segment that we start with every week. You interviewed their head coach, and we'll start with that.
All right, Jonathan Camus here. This is Coach's Corner. I'm here with head coach of the Orange Lutheran softball team, Steve Miklos. Steve, you've been around here since 1998. If the math is correct, this is your 26th season here at Orange Lutheran. You've won 8 Trinity League titles, 2 CIF championships. What makes you keep coming back for more, Steve?
It's been a lot of fun. I mean, I enjoy working with the girls. The last 20 years have been spent coaching with my oldest daughter, Jenny. She's on staff on campus. She's a math teacher and also in administration. But you know, each year we've had the greatest group of girls, and it's just a lot of fun, and it's kept me going. So I've really enjoyed coming back every year. I never thought when I started that I'd be here this long, but I'm still here, and still enjoying it.
As of right now, you guys are undefeated 6-0 in the Trinity League, which we know is one of the best leagues in all of California. There's a standard that's set that if you want to play here, you got to be at a certain level. Tell us a little bit about what it takes to be an Orange Lutheran Lancer, to play softball here. What are team expectations?
Our team expectations are always very high. We do a retreat every year up in Lake Arrowhead, and we always set our goals, and it's always to win league, and it's always to win CIF, which doesn't always happen. I always say you have to be lucky and you have to play well, but that's our goal, and that's what we strive for. To come to Orange Lutheran, it's more than just coming here for softball. You got to really want to be at this school, and I tell people, if you're coming here just for softball, it's really not for you. You got to want to be at this school. It's a great place. We're blessed with a lot of talented kids. It's very competitive. Our program, we don't have a lot of numbers. We're right around 29 girls in the whole program. So from a size standpoint, we're relatively small, but we definitely compete against the best schools in the country and in California.
And behind us is something new to Orange Lutheran for this season. We are standing on turf. Now, this is something new to you, but thank goodness you got turf this year because of all the rain, right?
It's actually been a blessing. I was not in favor of it. They asked me my thoughts, and I told them I prefer dirt. I'm more traditional. But the powers that be thought better, and so we have turf. So it was a little bit of an adjustment for us because we play most of our games on dirt. So we have practiced off-site a little bit. We practiced at the Great Park once in a while. But definitely with all the rain that we've gotten this year, they look like geniuses putting in the turf, because we really have not missed any practice time unless it's actually raining during practice time. It can rain stop raining like at 1 in the afternoon, and we're on it at 3. It drains that well, so it's amazing.
That is amazing. You're right, and a lot of jealous coaches are listening to that right now. Yeah,
because we're hearing nobody's getting to practice when it was raining so much, and it didn't really bother us at all.
So, like I mentioned earlier, 6-0 in Trinity League play. You have 6 games remaining, or 5 or 6.
We have 6 left.
Six left. So, what is it going to take, Steve, to, I'm not going to say win out, but just play your best going into the playoffs?
The Trinity League games are very competitive. The best team doesn't always win. It's a challenge. Everybody gets up for you. Games are a lot of fun. For us, it's taking one game at a time and one opponent at a time. You really can't look ahead. We have Jay Sarah today, so that's who we're focused on. And it's like I say, it's always a tough haul, but we prepare. We play in a lot of good preseason tournaments. We play in the Carew tournament. We go out to the Dave Kopp's tournament in Laughlin. And we played in the Norco Showcase, which we played some really good teams.
Yeah, and you guys have 5 seniors on this team. Like you said, maybe your numbers aren't astronomical, but is it fair to say it's a young team? And give us some of those players that we should look out for out here.
Well, we're well balanced. We have a lot of depth. We have a lot of speed this year. This year, I probably have the fastest team we've ever had. It's really anchored by a couple seniors. Our third baseman, Michaela Modis, she's batting 5th for us. She's hitting really well. Drives in a lot of runs for us. Has good power. She's going to Cypress next year. Okay. Our other senior is Tessa Giroux, she's going to Concordia, so they're getting a really good player. She's playing outfield, but she also can play infield. She's our big power hitter. She's leading our team in home runs. Good leader for the program. She also sings in the choir.
There we go.
So she's got a talent. She sings national anthem for us for games. So she's a great kid. Our junior is Bree Weiss. Bree's our anchor of our staff. We're blessed with two really good pitchers. Bree's a junior. She's committed to Notre Dame. She gets a lot of strikeouts. Her ball moves like crazy. She had 20 strikeouts in the crew tournament against Mater Dei of Chula Vista. Yeah, 20 Ks, unbelievable. And the only out was a pop-up to our catcher, foul territory. Flat out dominated. She gets a lot of Ks. She moves the ball around really well. And then we have a really good freshman pitcher. Her name's Peyton May. Peyton throws mid-60s, throws really hard, got a good screwball, curveball, working on a changeup. She's doing a really good job for us as a second pitcher. So we really have a good staff this year. And then our third pitcher is a senior. Her name is Ciara Loken. She's committed to Eastern New Mexico. So we've got 3 good pitchers on our staff, which has really been great for us this season.
Yeah, that's been the lowdown over here.
Oh,
he's not done. Let's go, Steve.
We have a sophomore, Kai Miner. Kai anchors center field. Just an amazing athlete. She's 5-tool. You watch her play, everybody just kind of goes, how old is that kid? Extremely fast. She's a great center fielder. She hits for power. She slaps. She kind of does it all. She leads off for us and gets our offense going. She kind of sets the table. Just a great player. Has gotten a lot of interest from colleges already.
Well, thank you to Coach Steve Miklos. That's been Coach's Corner.
High school sports are one of the things that make living in California so great.
But sometimes the behavior in the stands can overshadow our achievements on the field.
I love it when my parents show up for me.
But being booed for missing a play could be crushing.
And remember that refs are people too.
They're trying their best to call a fair and correct game.
Hey, and enough with all the swearing.
No one should feel insulted or ashamed
because of their race, ethnicity, or gender.
We should be able to hold our heads high after the match, win or lose.
All right, joining me now for some rapid fire questions. Some easy questions, don't worry, is Michaela Modis of Orange Lutheran High School. You ready to do some rapid fire?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do it. Favorite color?
Purple.
Purple. Favorite food?
Pasta.
Okay, they're serving up pasta today in the cafeteria as well. And they have Chick-fil-A here. Is that your favorite second meal to eat?
Yeah, definitely.
What's your favorite restaurant in this area?
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. The breadsticks?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Every time. Yeah, those hit the spot every time. Favorite music genre?
R&B.
Favorite song?
Anything by SZA or Bryson Tiller.
Favorite concert that you've ever been to?
I've only been to one concert, so
that narrows it down just a little.
Down. I went to a Khalid concert.
Favorite movie?
A League of Their Own.
Favorite sneaker or shoe?
Vans.
Okay. What's your favorite accessory?
I always have to have bracelets.
What's your favorite part about living in California?
The weather. I can go to the beach anytime. Well, not right now, but.
Favorite part about playing softball?
The friendship.
What's your favorite part about being a part of this program specifically?
Probably definitely the girls. There's a lot of good chemistry on this team.
If you were stranded on an island in the middle of the ocean, what are 3 things that you would have to bring?
A brush and my sunglasses and my phone.
Yeah, the phone would be good because then you could call people to come rescue you, naturally, of course. Who's your favorite professional athlete?
Dansby Swanson.
Okay. And why is that?
I love him as a shortstop, and I just always watch him.
If you didn't play softball, what other sport would you play?
Probably gymnastics.
We're thinking maybe Olympics. When's the next Olympics? 2026, maybe the next Olympics. Yeah, you'll for sure be there. All right. Well, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, here is our Ask the Expert segment, and we are on with Lance Smith of SB Live. Lance, how's it going, man?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk softball. Last time you were on, we were talking girls basketball. Now we're talking softball. And I think you got to start off with number one on your girls' top 25 in California, and that is Los Alamitos. Now, we visited Los Alamitos a couple of weeks ago, and man, they just have it all, don't they?
Yeah, this is your classic Rob Weil coached Los Al team. This is everything they strive for and like to be, which is number one, balanced. They, for all the great players they've had, for all the great teams they've had, they do not like to lean or have to lean too much on any one player. That's both pitching and hitting, and they're always lights out in terms of execution. That's kind of a hallmark of theirs, is just the X's and O's, consistent execution, doing it defensively under pressure. All of those things are happening this year. As far as their lineup goes, they have one of the best catchers in SoCal, Santa Clara commit Taryn Clements. She continues to be one of the best players in the section at her position. Same with Giselle Alvarez in the infield. But they are so scary 1 through 8, 1 through 9. They always have great pinch runners. They have kids ready off the bench if a change is needed. So they've just been scary on both ends. And as far as pitching goes, Berkeley Vance missed her entire last season with an ACL injury, and now she is back. The Seattle commit signee, that is, has been dominant. She was the MVP at the Carew Classic. But again, they don't have to rely too heavily on her. She's been their ace. There's other arms that are playing well. Los Al, this is what a great Los Al team looks like.
All right, and one of their nemesis, if you will, is Norco, and Norco has gotten off to a great start. You rank them number 4 in the SB Live top 25. They're 20-2, and they actually have 2 wins over Los Al. So are you getting any hate from the Norco people? Hey, man, why are we number 1?
No, I could see it. If the season winds on and it's those 2 teams right next to each other the whole time, then those 2 head-to-head wins will certainly flip the scales. But what brought Norco has seen time at number 1. They're certainly in the mix. What brought them down was losses to Huntington Beach. And now that we see what Huntington Beach is turning into, and I know we're going to talk about that next, that loss is not going to hurt their stock as much as the weeks go by. The other one is against Santiago in league play. Now, Santiago, that's a team that, is under 500, probably will finish under 500, but they're just one of those strong Big 8 league Inland Empire stalwarts that plays a brutal schedule, and they're just bound to beat some of the best teams. So that loss really hurt Norco, but it's not a season ender. They can keep bouncing back from it and contending for a number 1 spot in the rankings. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, they'll be just fine. I'm just having fun here. And yeah, you mentioned Huntington Beach, man. The Oilers, they're 19-4, and they've been on, they've been surfing up, man, because it's been a great 2-week stretch from them. Dude, did they win 5 games in 48 hours? How is this possible? And against some good teams too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They're on a special kind of tear. And I mean, what a year for the Sunset Surf. Los Al might be the best team in the country right now. Huntington Beach is one of the better teams in the country, one of the best teams in the state. You have like Marina on a 5-game skid because of how good this conference is, and Marina was nationally ranked just a couple weeks ago. And you have Edison in the 4th spot, and Edison's a dang good team to not finish necessarily top 3 in a conference. Huntington Beach has been on fire, and what's cool is they've been able to save the arm of their Stanford commit, Zoe Prestaico. I don't know how to pronounce her name, even though for 2 years in a row now I've been able to tell you she's one of the best 2024 pitchers in California and beyond. This year, she's also been their best hitter. She is let's see. So she's 4-0 with a 0.54 ERA. She's batting .490 with 9 home runs. I mean,
is that good? No. Yeah.
Yeah, she's taken that next leap, and behind her, it's a pretty balanced offense, and they're comfortable in low-scoring games. Like sometimes they end up in pitchers' duels, and their defense executes under pressure. So yep, they're legit. They're certainly a challenger to the #1 spot.
All right, finally, quickly, hey, this show's called CIF Southern Section this week, and I'm sure we have some good softball matchups this week, Lance, because we're slowly but surely heading into the playoffs, and a lot of teams out there are going to make that push.
Yeah, absolutely. A huge week for both league races and playoff positioning. Talking about the Sunset Surf, here's 2 of them. Los Al, this is their make or break week. And they beat Huntington Beach 12-3 the first time. They beat Marina 8-0 the first time. And they play those 2 on Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe, respectively. And that's their shot to absolutely clinch it. So there's that. Cypress versus Kennedy. Who knew that league would necessarily come down to Cypress versus Kennedy, with Pacifica Garden Grove being such a great team, having a lot of talent back this year and playing a lot of good ball this year, but they've dropped 2 league games. And when Cypress and Kennedy play on Thursday, that's Cypress's shot, especially. They won that meeting the first time. That's Cypress's meeting to really keep it rolling. I think they're up to 15 or 16 in the state now in my book, and there might not be any signs of slowing down. Lastly, in the Moore League, Milliken had a huge 2022. They've been very, very good again in 2023, but haven't been untouchable per se. Lakewood has been, I don't know if I want to say a surprise team, but they've brought their A plus game almost every time out, and are really challenging for a Moore League title. So that's another one on Thursday. I believe Lakewood is hosting Milliken, and that's a 50-50 game to me with massive implications for both teams.
All right, that's all you need to know about softball. Thank you to Lance Smith of SB Live. Make sure you check out Scorebook Live, everything they got on the website for everything softball. We appreciate you, Lance. Thank you, man.
Appreciate you too, man.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, joining me now is our Student Athlete of the Week here at Orange Lutheran High School. She's a member of the softball team. Brianne Weiss Jr., thank you so much for joining me. You've been a part of this program now for 3 years. What's your experience been like?
I love it here. I love everything about the school. I love that it's a religious campus. I love that all the sports are doing really well. I love all the environment here that they provide. I just love everything about it.
You talked to me a little bit earlier about how important your faith is to you. I know that's one of the reasons why you're attending Notre Dame for college. What's that been like for you going to this school, and how important is that for you?
Faith is very important to me. I grew up in a Catholic school my whole life, so coming here to a religious school, it doesn't make it really any different. I always try to make sure that my relationship with God is at its peak, especially when I'm playing softball on the field, because it does really help motivate me knowing that he's on my side.
Well, let's talk about your softball career here. You got your head coach right over there. What have you learned from him, and how has he helped you develop as a player?
Well, I've learned mostly to play as a team member, so being a good player is being part of a team, and I've definitely learned that here. Especially throughout league, you really have to learn how to cooperate with your teammates and know what works to win.
Where do you feel like you've taken a step forward this season with your game?
Definitely in my pitching. When I heard from one of my coaches that I would be pitching every single league game last year, it kind of hit me that I really need to step it up for my team and just kind of push through it, even though it's a lot of games. Yeah.
Okay. Well, being a junior as well, talking about stepping up, do you feel like you've taken on more of a leadership role this season?
For sure. And I know that I have to, as an upperclassman, I have to represent the school, and especially for the underclassmen to learn from me. So I like to keep my expectations for myself and my team high.
I want to talk to you about something that you're interested in beyond softball. You guys, she designs her own jewelry. It is so cool. It's so interesting, though, because you don't like to wear your own jewelry. You told me earlier. But tell us about this side hobby or side hustle that you have.
Yeah, it's kind of small. I do it occasionally. I mostly like to sell clothes. I thrift and then sell them often. But when I make jewelry, I do the easy way by beading it on like eyelets, and then I just end up selling it because I don't normally wear beaded jewelry, but it's just an easy way to make money, and it's fun to me. So
it's a little entrepreneur over here. I love it. And speaking of clothes, look at this fabulous jacket you got. So explain to me what's going on here. We got class of 2024. She's a scholar athlete, everybody. What's going on here?
These are my first team all-league patches for freshman and sophomore year. I have my position, my number, and then I'm not sure. I think we have the league.
Yeah, let's give them a look at the back. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff right there. All right. Well, I hope that you get another one too in college because you are playing at the University of Notre Dame. I know that you told me earlier that Oregon was maybe up there in terms of consideration. Why Notre Dame?
Everything about it. The environment was totally different for it being such a small school, but also super prestigious. I think the environment, and I loved the coaches there especially, and meeting the players was a really nice experience too.
Notre Dame is known to be a very academic school. How has Orange Lutheran prepared you for that next step?
The academics here are quite difficult, and I do like to sign myself up for more difficult classes just to prepare myself for the workload that I will be having over there. So I do think it's kind of similar because we also have blended schedules where college students can also be kind of online. So I did half online for freshman and sophomore year, and it made it a lot easier and just on my schedule because I had less classes on campus.
What are you looking forward to the most about, spending the next 4 years of your life in South Bend?
Everything. I mean, if the football games and the school itself, just walking around being on campus, I think it'll be a really fun experience.
All right, you are a student athlete of the week, so I'm going to close with this question. How do you balance being a student athlete, but also making sure that you excel in the classroom, get all your work done?
You kind of just have to tell yourself to just do it, like set yourself a schedule, because schedules used to not really work for me, but as soon as I set a time and a place for when I need to do my homework and when I need to focus on softball, it really helps balance everything out.
What's your favorite subject in school?
It used to be math, but now that I'm learning more about anatomy, I do love anatomy.
Everybody says math. I think it's an athlete thing, you guys. Everybody loves math. I'm not a math person. I was more of a history person, but that's a story for another time. Brianne, thank you so much. This has been our Student Athlete of the Week segment.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Hi, my name is Tessa Drew. I'm a senior here at Orange Lutheran and I play left field for the Orange Lutheran softball team. So basically, I'm just going to do a little bit what's in my bag, but first I want to talk about my Letterman jacket that I'm wearing today. So basically, this is just special to me. I got it my freshman year. I've been on varsity for 4 years here at Orange Lutheran, and I just got a couple patches. So here on my jacket, we have the softball in these two little lines. It just represents freshman year, varsity, sophomore year, junior year, etc. And then on the back, I got a bunch of my patches, including like first team, when we won league, and just I think there's a Carew Classic one back there. And then over here, we just got Scholar Athlete, year, and yeah, that's basically it. It's a really special thing that we get to get these. I mean, it's amazing that we get to show off what we've done and just what the team has done, saying that we all won league together. So going on to what's in my bag, which is a super cool thing that we get to do. So starting off is this pouch that I have, and there's nothing in it, nothing too like special looking, but I actually got it from my first coach that I've ever had, and I've been playing softball since I was 4 years old, so I've had that for a good long years of my life, but it just is a little reminder, like, calm down, know why you're playing, you're having fun, we're here for a good reason, and just where it all started. Secondly, I have this little keychain right here, the Little Mermaid Ariel. This story is actually kind of funny. So I played Ariel in a 7th grade play, and I was Ariel, and it was super cool because every time I look at it, it just gives me a little laugh. Like when things are going wrong, like, come on, like you were in theater, you played Ariel, like get your head, like just back in the game, like have fun, have a little laugh, just makes me happy, you know, reminding of it. Next sentimental thing I have is I have this little bracelet that my sister actually made me. Just reminder of just family and just importance of why we're here, just playing for the family, playing for God and stuff like that. Just gives me a little reminder like, hey, you have so many people supporting you, just nice to have on your bag, you know, sometimes. Next I have my 2 bats. So the bat I use is this Ghost Easton. Amazing, I love it, it works miracles. Funny thing about my bat is it's actually a 32, which you don't see much in high school. You see more 33 to 34 to 35 size, but I actually have a 32, which can be hard to hit the outside pitch sometimes, but I mean, it works amazing. I love the lighter, faster swing that I get to have using this bat, and it's just amazing. And then in case this bat breaks, hopefully not, I have this Rawlings bat that just, it is a 33, so hopefully I swing just as good as I do with the 32, but those are my 2 bats. And then in my actual bag, I have my helmet, my batting gloves, my glove, and my elbow shield. But first I want to talk about my glove. So this is a new 2023 Rawlings actually, which broken really good for being such good leather. And I just love the design on it. Got the heart of the hide inside. Doing amazing, especially what is weird is I actually started in infield, so I bought this as an infielder glove, so it's 11 inches. So I play outfield, so sometimes it's hard to get those like low balls. It's not too long of a glove, but just makes me work a little harder, which no problem with that, you know. Then I got my Evo Shield elbow guard. I love it because it's got the American flag, got to represent the country, and just, I've had this actually since I was 8. Haven't grown too much more muscle, but I mean, hey, it works. Haven't broken my elbow, so looks like it's doing the job to me, you know. But I mean, yeah, so that's basically a little bit about me and what's in my bag, and I'm just glad you guys got to watch it.
All right, I am here with Kai Miner from Orange Lutheran High School. She's a member of the softball team. She's going to take us through a little day in the life, if you will, ahead of a big game. So let's start off. What time do you wake up in the morning?
I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, and yeah.
Okay, 7 o'clock in the morning, and what do you have for breakfast?
I have oatmeal and some Mighty Mango Naked juice.
And is the oatmeal store-bought? Do you make it from scratch? What kind of oats are we talking here? I need to know. Are they protein oats, Quaker? What's going on?
This is some birthday cake, store-bought Target oatmeal. Okay. Yeah.
Sounds exciting. Yeah, a little surprise, if you will, to start your morning. Okay, what do you do after you eat breakfast?
After I eat breakfast, I go outside and hit with my dad. And we do arm stretches, leg stretches, like before we hit. And like it means a lot to me because like my dad is working a lot and we just get to spend time with each other and bond over hitting.
Has your dad been instrumental in your love for sports?
Yes, he actually like got me into softball, and he always is the first person to help me and tell me like what I'm doing wrong, and like just a positive background like for everything. Yeah.
All right. So after we have breakfast, we wake up, we throw the softball with Dad. What do we do after that?
After that, we get in the car and drive to the fields. Okay. Yeah.
And assuming that we have a win, we're in a good mood after the big game, right? I'm assuming dinner probably comes next after that. What are we having for dinner?
We're having kava.
Okay. What's the order?
The order is white rice with red pepper hummus and regular hummus with chicken and pickled onions and garlic sauce.
Okay. And what about if you're feeling like you want a little bit of dessert? Are you an ice cream person, a brownie person? What are we talking here?
I'm a boba person, 100%.
Okay. What's your favorite place to get boba in this area?
I would say probably boba time.
So after we have dinner, we have dessert, we're feeling good, we just won a big game, we want to unwind. What's a go-to show for you? Like Netflix, HBO Plus, Disney Plus? I mean, the options are endless.
Definitely Netflix, and I like to watch The Flash. Yes.
Okay. And what time do we head to bed?
10:30. Yep.
Okay. And any nighttime routine?
I do my skincare, so I double cleanse. I get my serums and my moisturizer, and then I just go to bed.
gotta tell me what your skincare is because you have glowing skin. I gotta take some notes out of her book. That is a day in the life, and thank you so much.
That's going to do it for CIF Southern section this week. We appreciate Orange Lutheran for having us out here today.
And we'll be back next week. Thanks so much to all of you for tuning in. See you then.